commercial historical district of downtown Shelbyville, Indiana, where there are 149 historical buildings, all like the ones that you see around us right now. They're all very rich in history, and we are going to take a look at some of those today, as well as go to the Grover Center Museum and Historical Society and take a look at some of the Victorian homes that were built in the mid to late 1800s. I'm Jocelyn Deal with Elite Icon Team at eXp Realty, and I'm your host for today's segment of The American Dream, Selling Indianapolis. I'm here today with Alyssa Flory at the Grover Center Museum and Historical Society. Alyssa, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you love about this place?
Well, as the collections manager, I love seeing the rich history of Shelbyville and Shelby County told through objects that come from it. Objects that are important to families that have been here since the town's inception, objects that tell stories of community and of togetherness. I love that the Grover Center connects people to this history and that we are able to tell the community's stories through their past as we move into the present.
So what are some of the things that you really enjoyed growing up here and how that ties in today with what you do here?
So as a child, I would come to the Grover Center with my mom. We've long been lovers of museums, and we would come and we'd visit the Streets of Old Shelby, which I would definitely say is kind of our hallmark exhibition. It's totally different from anything else that you would see in a small local history museum of this size, because it does transport visitors back in time to the turn of the 20th century to a village or small town that would look like how the rural Shelbyville area would have looked like at that time. And it's just a special experience to be able to interact with something that otherwise you would never have the chance to see.
And if you wouldn't mind, can we go and walk the streets of Old Shelbyville?
No, of course, please follow me.
Awesome, thank you.
So Jocelyn, as we are going into our Streets of Old Shelby, we first board the interurban train car. And this is modeled after the interurbans that would have run between Indianapolis and Greensburg with a stop in Shelbyville. One of my favorite tableaus in the Streets of Old Shelby is our seamstress and milliner shop, because Shelbyville has a kind of interesting history regarding millinery and hat making. Everything in here, these are all objects from our collection. They are all of historical value. And this, of course, is our Emporium. The Emporium is special because in here, the first Saturday of every month throughout the spring and summer, we hold a free root beer float day for the community. It's a favorite among families, and just, to eat some ice cream on a hot day. And this is our one-room schoolhouse. This room is always open. We have families come in here a lot. They play teacher, they play class.
Thank you so much for allowing us to have an inside peek. We are just downtown Shelbyville at the Commercial Historic District at the Grover Center Museum and Historical Society. And now we are on Mechanic Street, where it's a street known for Victorian homes. If you like Victorian homes, then you might want to consider a move to Shelbyville, because these are absolutely stunning homes built in the late 1800s. They have very ornate details to them. They're very large in nature, and they try to stick to that same bold, bright color scheme. So if you like a historic home, you might want to consider coming to Shelbyville. So today we saw some rich history and culture in downtown Shelbyville, Indiana. All these beautiful historical buildings that you see. We got to go to the Grover Center Museum and Historical Society, and we saw some amazing, massive, beautiful old Victorian homes. I'm Jocelyn Deal with Elite Icon Team at eXp Realty, and this is your American Dream.